welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is someone who currently has 3 heads in a duffel bag. It's Anande Boatis. Sorry.
Whoa, what an intro. Well, I've got my hair's braided, knives are ready and shiny. Yeah. No duffel bag though, Mark. Jeez.
This isn't the Pesci movie, 8 heads in a duffel bag. This is, no, it should be 2 heads in a suitcase.
2 heads in a suitcase, 3 heads in the boiler room.
Oh man, I'm so happy. Thank you for joining me to talk about The Blackcoat's Daughter.
Thank you for having me, Mark, because we need to talk about this movie more. The Blackcoat's Daughter is a masterpiece.
Oh, man. What was in the holy water? Gone to bed on an unclean head. The angels, they forgot her. Oh, man.
Oh.
It's, So, all right. So I guess to kick this off, like, for me, what I love about this movie is I think a lot of, so I was reading interviews with him and people are like, this is a slow burn horror movie and yada, yada, yada. And I don't like any of those explanations for it. But one thing I do like about this movie is it avoids being precious. And when I say precious, when you watch a lot of indie horror, which you and I both watch a lot of horror, and some of it just gets too precious. Some of it's too stilted. Some of has too much static camera work. Some of it holds on the shots too long to be precious. Like there's no reason to hold on to that shot for that long. You're just doing it to add to the aesthetic. But this movie, it's so manicured, but it doesn't feel like it. And it's almost at the end, you can read into it. I guess you could have different readings, but you also have enough closure in it. For me, when I saw the end of this movie, I was like, okay, I get it. I never even wanted to read more about it. The ending was the ending to me. Like, and I'll spoil it right now. Like, she did all that. Cat? She kills the people, the 3 heads. She gets exercised. What's the quick?
I think it's exercised.
Yeah, she gets
exercised.
Yeah, she exercising the demons. That should be a workout tape. Exercising the demons. Just making a bunch of people dressed up, running up and down. But it's and then 10 years later, she comes back with 2 heads. Nothing works, and she just cries. Like she's lonely. She's alone. That thing is not coming back. Like the priest said, you're never coming back. And
exactly,
the thing left her.
She doesn't find the answer.
And I love it, but I wasn't like, did she see it? Did her face at the end mean she see it? Like, no. This is a story about, for me, this is a story about loneliness. And it's a story about grief. And, like, you have all these answers, so I'm, like, stealing all the stuff that you've researched, so I apologize. But, like, Oz Perkins used this as, like, he used horror as a Trojan horse to get in a message about loneliness. And I love that about it. I've never seen someone look at a demon and say, don't go. Like that exorcism scene has really stuck with me. And when I think about movies, and maybe in the last 10, 11 years that have stuck with me, it's like Take Shelter. I can barely think about Take Shelter without like shedding a single tear like Kiernan Shipka does in this movie. It just like that one has something to do about a father doesn't know if he's succumbing to apparent like schizophrenia or if the world's ending and he wants to protect his family and it's not his fault. Like he doesn't know what's going on. And in this one, like Kat, she just gets the creature in this reminds me of Simon from Session 9 who goes after the weak. Like this thing, she's by herself and it gets her. And I love this movie. I dig it. And I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a loneliness that makes her vulnerable, and that's what makes it so good. You know, like it makes her weak. It allows this demon to possess her, to give her the sense of power. But in the end, she still doesn't have it, and she's still so lonely. Like it's a very powerful movie. I mean, I can't watch this movie without crying in the end. That last wail that she gives, like every time. Also, this is definitely for anyone that's maybe only seen it once. This just gets better with every rewatch because, especially when you know what happens. And also, what's great, Mark, 93 minutes. We love a good old shorty, don't we? We love a quick in and out, do it perfectly. Yeah, slow burn. I mean, I was watching it again last night, and I was like, I don't understand how people can say slow burn. It feels like this movie gets on quite quickly, really. Like by halfway, okay, who's who here, what's what, because the 3 timelines at the beginning is kind of like, okay. But halfway through, you know what's already going on, but it doesn't matter because where they take you. Like it's the same with Perkins. He does this whole atmospheric journey that he really puts you on. And by the end of it, you're just so with her. And like I read somewhere, he's also like, that's what his thing is with this movie. Like he wants us to be with this person. That's also the cool thing, that at the end you're feeling for the victims that she kills, but you're feeling for her as well, which is not something that happens often in horror movies and movies like any movie like this, possession movies. And that's also pretty cool, how you really just like you feel her loneliness and that emptiness. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about the reviews and stuff. There's some of them I found downright disrespectful, really, because, you know, anyone that's dealt with loss, and especially the loss of a parent, like there's such a big gap and space that's left empty, which this movie it does it so well. It shows it so well. Like alone in that boarding school, all the, you know, the empty halls, the empty spaces, just these 2 girls there. Like it's a thing. And, you know, like Perkins also said, like he wrote this movie from a place of grief, losing his parents and stuff. So, yeah, I just think, you know, I think people should be careful when they want to say, oh, the plot was nothing, this movie was nothing, the characters are shallow. I'm like, what? It's like, come again?
Yeah. How are they watching it? Were they immersing themselves in it? Like what? Because I don't think there's shallowness at all. I think there's a lot of depth. And I think, yeah. You're right. There were some annoying reviews.
There were really some annoying reviews. And I get that this might not emotionally connect with some people, but I've kind of had this gripe for a while now where people are very entitled about, you know, almost like this thing wasn't written for me. This is not how I like it. Where's my jump scares? Where's my this and that? And I'm like, listen, you're being entitled. It's okay if you don't connect with something, but, you know, other people do. So, like, you know, maybe it's just not for you, and it's okay to just say that instead of going off about it. I mean, the thing about Cats that I really loved, because usually with possession movies, you get these extreme sides, you know, it's either this, like, wicked, like, person or this pure of heart that now gets possessed, and usually some man that needs to save them or whatever. With this movie, Kat is definitely somewhere in the middle, you know. She's way more complicated. She goes from being passive-aggressive to full-on aggression, from like sly to like threatening Rose at the end, like you had your chance. You know, her progression into it, like that was so well done too. And even Rose. I read someone said, oh, she's just like the pretty popular girl at school. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, yes. Because you went to a school where all the popular girls wore all black. And I mean, that beautiful scene also where she takes, they take a picture and, you know, after she smiles and, oh, there's that sad look in her eyes, you know, like just that shot. How can you say the characters are shallow? I mean, Do you know people at all? Can you see through your eyeballs?
There's a lot of projecting here, I would say.
Absolutely. Corey and I we were talking about it last night. Again, a lot of more like, yeah, you know what? If you go on about how shallow this is, I'm really questioning your dates, honestly. Because and see, I get like excited about it or like adamant about it, just because I do feel like there's a sense of disrespect when people, you know, carry on like that. Because saying this movie isn't deep, yeah, okay. So death isn't deep, loss isn't deep, grief isn't deep. Okay, okay. I don't know what world you're living in. I don't know.
Are these
I don't know, Mark.
Are these the hereditary lovers that are saying all that?
Probably.
Man, gosh, this movie is. I'm telling you, if I had to do I'd just do so many of these drafts. But if I had to do like a draft, and someone was like, "You get the first pick, Mark, of a horror movies of the last 15 years," I would pick this first. Yeah, easily. And I don't know. I guess just the themes. Like he used, like he said, he used horror as a Trojan horse. And someone asked him like, hey, this is about your feelings of loneliness with losing your parents. How come you included, how come you wrote it with female characters? And he said that it was a good way to, he said that he had a way of, it took him, like if he would have made it with guys, he said it would have been too like personal, but since he had like female characters, it was a way to like control his feelings of loneliness more. Does that make sense? I have a quote around here somewhere. But he said
he also said something about the using females because of our natural intuition, because we just are more sensitive in general.
Yeah. Well, what'd you say?
What? No. Calm down, everybody.
We're not talking about you.
We're not talking about, everything's not about you. No, but yeah, I also read, like you said, specifically the possession theme that was used like a Trojan horse to actually talk about these deeper stuff, which I thought was like brilliant. I love how he talks about horror movies in general, like how he says in one interview, he said something about how horror is such a great genre because you can take anything, any theme or anything you want to talk about and basically code it into, the genre. The genre allows for that type of coding, for that type of abstract, because listen, this is an abstract movie, it's not a literal movie. If you're going to take it literally, I don't know what to tell you. It's abstract, but that's the thing that makes it so rich. That I love movies where everyone can have their own. You don't have to have lost a parent to understand this, like any sense of pain and loneliness and that desperation. Because that's the thing. Kat's so desperate for someone to not treat her like a burden, for someone to believe her when she tells them her parents are dead, believe her when she tells them, I'm all alone now, what am I supposed to do? Like, I mean, if they just treated her respectfully and like gave her the time of day, none of that would have happened. She wouldn't have popped. Because that's also a thing that I love about this movie. And, even it made me think of Jennifer's Body as well, because you've got that brooding female rage happening with these possession movies. Because Jennifer's Body is also a possession movie, falls under that category. But yeah, like with, Kat's got like, it's this brooding rage. And I loved how he didn't really do all the twisty, bendy, physical stuff that you usually get with possession. But we had like a shot or two of that. And for me, like watching it, it felt like, because if you have that rage inside of you where you just want to because like you can also argue her killing everyone is also like her way of, pushing them away then, if I need to be independent, then I need to be independent and you need to go away kind of thing. Obviously, like it wasn't the right thing to do. But yeah, that feeling of that rage and what it does inside your body, it's very much that one shot where she twists on the bed, like it's so quick and fast. And we even that is, that jerky energy that you can almost feel in your body when you feel rage. I think that was very well done. Like, yeah.
Wow. No one was there to talk to her. And I guess Rose was a brat, right, to Kat. That was a good rhyme. But she was a real senior. Yeah, exactly. But she had her kind of some important stuff to deal with. So like in the brain, like also I think we just have to remember sometimes that these are kids. Like, even if you're a senior in high school, you're still a kid. And I know
it's teenagers.
Yeah, exactly.
These are teenagers.
You can vote, sure. You can have drinks in other countries and do all that, but it's just it's a huge thing. So yeah, Kat's kind of a little. I hate the word. She's just quiet, I guess. She's probably used to being alone and all that kind of stuff. I love her singing part though when she's singing on the piano. It's so cool. But such a good voice.
Beautiful.
And it's
beautiful voice.
But I guess what I like though is Rose isn't the traditional. So she's bratty to Kat, but she also has bigger things on her mind at the time. She has to take care of some things, I think.
Absolutely.
So when that leads to her death, because she annoys Kat, I don't even know if she would have been killed. If she was nice to Kat and Kat was still possessed, I don't know what Kat would have done. But so you can't really vilify her. Like there's just no. At the end when she's crying, I mean, it's just grief and loneliness. There's no, I don't know. I think it's balanced so well, and I never once felt that it was precious. Like I never felt like a shot.
Exactly.
Like, and even some of the neat little production design choices. So I just want to say I've watched this movie about 5 times, well, about 5 times I'd say, because it's so short. But I had to stay up late one night to finish some work on another project. I'm like, yeah, I'll just put the Blackcoat's daughter on. I had to turn it off during the scene where she's going up and down worshiping the boiler. I was like, I can't do this. 38-year-old dude. I can't. It freaks me out so bad. I can't background watch it at night. But
it's very strong. It's very strong.
But like, I noticed the more I watch it, like in the beginning, there's always 2 doors open for some reason. Like they're framed in door frames, for lack of a better word. And I dig how when Rose is getting her temperature taken, she's sitting next to a picture of a body with a decapitated head. Like not like it's not decapitated. Like it's not a body going. Bleh!
It doesn't have a head, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's without a head, and then later on you see Kat in front of that. And I like just the usage of mirrors constantly in this. I think there's really neat production design, and how Kat, in the beginning, always sits on the chair to her right, screen left, but then when she's possessed at that dinner table, she sits, screen right to her left. Like, it's little tiny little things that but no, like none of them feel like, oh, I saw that, cool. Like they're not showboaty. I don't think they help the story, and it just shows once again how thought out this movie was by Perkins and the production designer and cinematographer Julie Kirkwood. So I mean, I don't know. It's layered, it builds, but it's also I think an issue though because of the multiple timelines. You really have to focus. I mean, this is a movie that builds to the end. Like, this is a movie that you have to immerse yourself in to get that full experience. And who knows how much people are willing to do that. Because you can I just watched all the Friday the 13th movies. You could come in halfway through those movies and just be into it. So, I guess it does. Do you think it does ask a lot of people? But I don't think it does. This is not, Perkins gives you everything you need, but it also, I don't know.
I guess sometimes, maybe people don't want to really look at other people or, a movie like this, because this is a movie about looking at people, Yeah. This is her story. This is, a person's story, if you will. So, I guess, but I don't know. See, for me, it's easy. So...
Yeah,
I'm probably biased when I that's my thing. I need, you need to suck me in anyways. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to know what's happening by midway. But coming back to what you said, just the subtlety of his work, I love that too. I don't like it when movies slap me with obvious, things. And he really did the juxtaposition of stuff so well. Like you say, with Rose going, because, I mean, listen, when you've got chicks and Satan on screen, it's also very much about the feminine identity and how we find our power and, our liberation, if you will. That was kind of like Rose's whole deal anyway. She thought she was pregnant and now stuck with the baby because her dumbass boyfriend doesn't want anything to do with it, and actually realizing how powerless she is. But then she plays the powerful character with her relationship towards Kat. She's got more power than Kat because she's a senior, she's older, blah, blah, blah. She must she must be responsible for Kat, but she can also do whatever she wants. And I actually love the whole thing you did where Kat shows her curiosity towards Rose. When Rose tells her, don't come into my room, and then she leaves, and then Kat goes into the room. And it was right after Rose told her about the nuns being witches, being into witchcraft and no hair on their bodies and blah, blah, blah. And the first thing Kat does when she goes into Rose's room is she picks up the hairbrush and she sees all the hair that's left behind in the brush. That shot was so cool. And I felt it's almost like she's trying to understand what gives this woman her power, Rose now, what is it? Is it the brushing of the hair, the way she smiles in the camera? Is it that? I really loved that scene as well. And also because when she picks up the photo with Rose smiling, she brushes her thumb, across her neck, which is also a little Hint to the decapitation that's coming.
I love
with
that
your
show.
head. But yeah, it's like, and also, I mean, obviously, from the beginning, it's all these rules and the conduct when all the girls are in the hall and the headmaster is going on with the conduct and how you should conduct yourself as ladies of the school. And like, obviously it's, also going against that, Kat's being like, well, I'm going to say no to this. That it's not really working well for me, is it now? There's so much in it. And then there's also the thing where, if you listen to all the dialogue, coming back to the fact that this movie is very much about loss and grief, so much of the dialogue is stuff that people usually tell people who's lost someone. Stuff like, it's going to be okay, everything's going to be okay, you'll be okay, sounds good, you'll be okay. Like there's these little dialogue pieces that they, especially in the beginning, they repeat a lot. And again, it's so subtle that you only really pick it up on rewatches. You're like, yeah, listen to what they're saying. No wonder she's like losing her shit, because no one is giving her space or helping her out with the situation. Like they're giving her the wrong space, like they're leaving her alone. That's not what you're supposed to do. But you're also at the same time not supposed to tell someone, no, man, you're just overreacting. It's going to be okay. Calm down or whatever. I love it. There's a lot of layers, like you said, a lot of layers in this movie. And it's never obvious.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, it's never obvious. It's so like just put together so well.
Like, yeah, you're right. They did leave her in the dorm. I guess they thought that Rose would be there, but you can't trust kids. So they left 2 kids in this massive dorm. Like they should have stayed in the house with them, I think, or stayed with them. It's you make a great point. Yeah, because they just leave her in this state where this, I don't know, this like thing that looks like Totoro demon can get into her. What is that thing? Does it inhabit that place? Is it like, remember in session 9, right? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I asked you a question. I interrupt you. Classic.
It's okay. Session 9. Yeah. Simon.
That thing, Simon, I mean, it preys for the weak. And so I'm sure people have stayed in there, but for some reason it can't get to them because they're not weak. So it preys on the weak. So is this something that is there that goes after her? Like, cause during the flashbacks, we see it early on before it even gets to her. It's kind of hunting her. It knows almost. It's weird. Not weird.
Yeah, but it's there. I think it's there because there are teenage girls there. Again, like it's this whole thing with, female liberation and like coming into your own, because it's very much like you can also argue a coming of age story as well, So it's definitely there and ready for whomever, but I think it could have been a different location and it might still have been there. I mean, I don't think it's confined. It's confined there because she's there. Does
it sense the weakness? It's just there because of the kids. Like I like that. You know what's interesting? I know that thing is real. I don't think it's an allegory or a metaphor, but I guess you don't really need to know why it's there. You just know it's there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because that's also the other thing, like I said, with the juxtaposition and stuff. You said something about the characters. Yeah, that there's not one character that's this is the true evil character and this is the real good character. Everyone is a bit off, but everyone and I think that's what makes this movie so good, because it's about the human condition and it's about what we're all capable of under, the right circumstances, if you will. But the fact it went for Kat because she was the most vulnerable. Like, I think it could have easily went for Rose if Kat didn't have the more traumatic experience of seeing her parents die in this vision that she has and knowing it and then everyone abandoning her. So I think in a way she had a bit of a more vulnerable situation, and that's why it latched onto her, because I think when we are vulnerable, we are prone to lash out. We are prone to become irrational and not think clearly because nobody likes to feel vulnerable. Nobody likes to feel I'm losing control. Like that's the whole she wants power thing. It's more just control of the situation so that she doesn't feel so freaking lonely and like having to deal with the loss of her parents alone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's why that thing went for her because, yeah.
She's just a jerk.
So lonely.
And the exorcism's really interesting to me because, this thing has her saying, "Hail Satan."
It's a good scene.
I don't think it is Satan. It seems like a woodland demon. I don't know. It's horned, but it seems like a bunny.
It does. It's a very weird thing. It kind of looks like,
it's sort of cuddly.
Like an itch with horns.
You think if you saw it in the woods, you'd be like, "Oh, hi."
Like what's that interesting wood creature?
And I love how the
I'll probably try and ride it or something.
Like a Never-Ending Story. Just don't go in any bogs. So it's but the thing, and then the priest comes in that they were talking earlier, Father Brian, I think, played by Greg Elwand. He comes in and he seems to know the deal almost immediately when he touches her head and she changes. And
she sees the thing. Oh, he sees the thing,
And he's like, and he goes, "There you are." Like, it's the most, I got goosebumps just talking about it. He just says, "There you are." It's the most laid back exorcism. And then he sees that this demon is there with this child. And he opens up his little exorcism kit, which I know you carry around all the time. And just the Bible, the holy water. But it's really interesting, though, that he just has that. And then he does complete the exorcism. The girl does not die. The thing leaves her. And it's just done. It's very low key. And a lot of these exorcism movies, you feel like there's 18 wind machines in the room. And it's just people screaming and writhing and, people being turned into pretzels.
Yeah.
But this one's not, right? It's just...
It's so much more emotional.
Yeah.
It's so much more emotional. I mean, because it's like... So he left, right? The headmaster, the father, the Blackcoat left her alone. This demon possessed her, became her new dad or whatever.
Yeah.
Father Brian Brown comes back. She's like, "You came back." But then he helps her and the demon leaves and she's like, "Don't leave." Hoi.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such an emotional scene every time. Like, it's...
Yeah, me like...
And I think that's also the thing, because that's what I love about this movie is that at the end of the day, it's about there not being this one answer of how we should deal, of what comes next. You can say like, you can deal with the grief or the pain, you can liberate yourself, whatever the case, but then what then? There's no answer to, because there isn't. Like we can, and like the extremes with God and the devil, it doesn't always work like that. That doesn't always help people actually deal with grief, because if you're a lonely person, then some entity isn't going to help you. It's just not. It's not good we're not creatures that were made to be alone. It's really not good for our mental state. And it's not good for a lot of things.
Except for Tom Hanks.
I mean? What?
On Castaway. Sorry.
Sorry.
That was dumb. That was a really bad joke. I just did a Tom Hanks video, so I have him on my brain.
I love how you managed to add Tom Hanks into a conversation about the Blackcoat's daughter.
Jake Lewitt says he always knows what I've been working on because I always reference something weird during every episode because I just got something on my brain. But no, I mean, this thing leached onto her. It sensed her. It was using her. It did not like her. And that interaction in her loneliness, she didn't want to go because it was there with her. That's... I remember when I saw this for the first time, I went, whoa. I went, did she say don't go? Because, we talked about Dr. Sleep and how they went there with the kid from Iowa, the pitcher kid. I love when horror movies can surprise me, either by going there or not going there. And the exorcism didn't go there, but when she said don't go, I'm like, I've never heard someone tell a demon not to go. Like, if Simon left me, I'd be like, hallelujah. I wouldn't say, don't go, Simon. I'd be like, up yours, Simon. You know, you're a real jerk. Exactly. Imagine me telling a demon that he's a real jerk and up yours.
And that's what makes this movie, it's such a sad story, because it just shows how alone she is, that she can't realize that he's not good for her. She just wants to not be alone. She doesn't care what that means or what the consequences of it is. She just doesn't want to be alone. It's the saddest story. And then 9 years later, she goes back and she thinks she can get him, and she does all of this again, and he's not there, and she breaks down. It's the saddest freaking story.
That's Emma Roberts is really good in this movie at that ending scene, and I've never seen her be like that. So we liked Megan and I, my wife and I, we really liked Scream Queen season 1. We thought that was really fun. But her performance is completely sassy, kind of spoiled brat type thing. Same in Scream 4. But this one...
And American Horror Story.
Yeah, American Horror Story. And this one is just contemplative and quiet. And when she starts laughing in the bathroom, like, that's not an easy thing to do. That's not... The way she juggled that was just... I don't know. And then, you know what's interesting is this movie never tries to pull wool over your eyes. Like, people are like, you'll never believe the twist. And I'm like, yeah, but I knew what the twist was. I knew.
Yeah, you know it halfway through.
Yeah, and you're just going, like, wait, what? But it's not a twist, though, is it? Like, is it a twist?
I think the twist is the ending, because you don't expect her to do what she does at the end.
Yeah.
I think the end might be, because we don't have... I mean, it's an unhappy ending. It's an extremely sad ending. I think that whole thing might be the only twist in this movie, really. You can argue that, yeah, okay, same person, it's a twist, but it's a little one. It's like, that's just like scriptwriting 101. Mm-hmm. I think the big twist is how they ended. It's not this happy story where she's freed now. She's not free. She doesn't know what the hell. She literally doesn't know. That's why she's wailing at the end. Like, it's that sadness coming out instead of the rage, because she's always bottled up. Katz is like constantly bottled up. Yeah. And the only outlet she has is when she goes on these killing sprees. That's the only time we really see her do any aggressive action, really. So that crying at the end, that's another thing as well. Like, how you deal with stuff. Like, yeah, don't get mad, cry. It's better to like cry and get it out than lash out and like kill people. Wow. And I mean, kill people metaphorically, because like I say, you can argue that her killing people is literally pushing them away as well. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, right? So the title originally, and I think in the UK, they actually released it with the original title. But it's on Wiki also, you can see they also call it February. It's very cool, like how Perkins said, he initially wanted it to be February because he thought a time can also be a location. And it's that whole thing where, like if you lost someone, the date is always a thing on the calendar. It's always a month. Like, I lost my dad in November, actually. So this month is always a thing for me. And that's why he did that, because he said, like, time can also be a location. So just like you can go back to a time and it can also be a location. And that makes so much, like, I love that title for this movie. He was like, yeah, the studios didn't like it. It was too, I'm like, it's the perfect, I love it. Like, I want to call it February. I don't want to call it the Blackcoat Order anymore. I want to call it February, because I think it's really sums up what this movie is about. That going back to, like, almost like you lost something, you want to go find it again. It's like how we try to deal with these things and how unhealthy it can be. And how sad it can be if you're freaking alone and you think, that's the only place you can find any belonging or love or, I mean.
I wish I would have seen the titles that A24 wanted him to use before they settled, February, then Blackcoat's Daughter, which gets explained from the song in the beginning. But were they like, high school killer or high school demon, high school Exorcism Witch Queens. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because, like, yeah, no, exactly, because he said there was a list and he went through it because nothing was really, like, screaming out to him. I would love to actually see that list of what they wanted to call this thing.
Yeah, it just makes...
3/8 in a boiler room.
Oh, gosh. Oh, dead cold. No.
Yeah, probably.
Lose your head. Oh, gosh. Head of class. All right. So how about this? Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we will talk more the Blackcoat's daughter, or head of class, or dead cold.
February.
Or February. February. All right, we'll be right back.
February.
Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks, and we haven't even talked about James Remar and Lauren Holly playing Bill and Linda. We haven't even... I've actually been spending a lot of time with James Remar lately, because we talked about Too Fast, Too Furious recently, and The Warriors. So, the most unbelievable thing about this movie is that someone would be able to kill Ajax from Warriors so easily. He goes down like a real human being would, but...
He goes down fast, yeah.
I mean, I guess a knife to the throat and chest would do that, but I guess I can't speak from experience. But I just had a hard time thinking Ajax would get waxed so quickly. But
Well, it's funny because you say like Ajax. See, when I think James Remar, I can't help. I'm always gonna see him as Dexter's dad. Always, he's Dexter's dad. Like it's hilarious. But I actually thought he did it very well. But I mean, he went down quickly because he was very weak. He was very weak.
Very weak.
But didn't you love the whole thing where he was with Joan in the motel room?
Yes.
And that whole thing, yes.
Where's your wife?
That whole, and that whole thing with, I saw it as a sign, like, that I had to see you and I had to pick you up. And it's like, oh boy, you're in for a thing. I love that whole thing where, because people do that. Oh, this is a sign that I had to like speak to you or do this or do that and help you. And I mean, it's very sad. Like he's obviously dealing with a lot of guilt and now he thinks he can help this girl and that's somehow gonna make him feel less guilty about the fact that his daughter died. It's very sad, but I thought like he really did very well with his character.
And he kind of walks, I was reading some interviews about this and he definitely walks a fine line between being super earnest and kind and a little creepy.
A little lot creepy.
Yeah, a little lot creepy. But then there's also a weird earnestness to him. So it's not, he didn't play it as a super creeper. And then he didn't play it as a super earnester. I don't know if that's a word or not. Who knows? But, right? He walks he walks a fine line. And it's not an easy role to play. And Oz Perkins said that he had a blast with it, which I kind of love. But yeah, and there's an interesting part where he's like, there's no coincidences, which really is interesting to me because he picks up the girl that decapitated his daughter. And so that's a huge coincidence.
That is a huge coincidence.
I mean, but then he's kind of talking about fate and I felt this. And listen, we already know that there's demons and God and exorcisms and there's divine things and there's evil things, quote unquote on both in this world. Not as black and white as that, but there is, seemingly an afterlife if there's a devil and then there's a God. So, right, like to put these, I never worried about it and I noticed people get hung up on it like, oh, it's such a coincidence. But I don't know, it feels natural to me. It feels right. And it leads to the laughing scene in the bathroom, which I love. Because she laughs about it. It's a little self-conscious maybe. Like, it's like the Looper time travel scene where Bruce Willis is like, I'm not even going to try to explain it to you because kid, it's time travel. So when she laughs about it, you're let in on the joke. Oh, not even a joke, but you know what I mean. You're let in on the absurdity of it. And so.
Exactly.
It always feels really natural to me. But what do you think there are coincidences? Like, is this just a massive coincidence? How did this happen, right? Like, obviously they go on the anniversary of her death, and she's trying to get there on the anniversary of her death. So that makes it a little less random.
But that's the thing. thing. I don't think it's like this major, coincidence, so now it must be a sign, because they're both linked to the actual anniversary of it. I mean, when Joan leaves when she breaks out of the mental hospital after killing the chick whose identity she takes, the first thing she does is she tries to phone someone. So she's literally playing out that little ritual that happened 9 years ago.
Whoa, yeah.
Exactly. So she's doing that whole thing. They're on their way because that's what they do every year. So it's not really a coincidence if you're both tied to the same thing that happened. Well, that's what I think. But I like the fact that they added it, because for me, it again went back to, like, with death and loss and grief, how there's no, you can believe what you want to believe and think and say, but we don't know what happens. We don't. You don't know until you die. You just don't know. That is always that's the horror of dealing with death and going through grief, is that unknown, that not knowing. So I love how this movie does the whole religious stuff. Like, you've got the God and the nuns in the church, and you've got the devil and the Hail Satan that she does, but then also like this randomness. So where does that fit in? Because that's the thing, like, again, the human experience of it's all these things, and we can like say, okay, I am choosing this. This is what I need in my life to stay sane, or, like, deal with things. And someone else can, like, this works for me. But at the end of the day, it's so confusing. And again, Kat or Joan, like the both of them, they're like, they're lost. So they don't know. So all these things are happening. And, like, she thinks, yeah, my answer lies with the devil. But, like, thinking that and he thinks his answer lies with God, and then she kills him, and so he dies, and she's also unhappy. Like, that's just
wow.
Again, what I love about this movie is that it says that there's not this one answer. There's not this. We love going through life and thinking we're so certain of things. We know what's going to happen. We have certainty. This movie takes uncertainty and it demolishes it until only uncertainty remains. And that's why I love this movie. It's so good.
Would you say it's a welcome uncertainty, not a divisive uncertainty? The uncertainty in this movie I love, because I feel like we're asking the right questions. We're not asking...
Exactly. It's real. There's actually a realistic take on it for me. I think it's way more realistic to say, you know what? We don't know how to deal with these things. It's rough. You don't know what to tell people when someone died in their lives. Like, it's tough. It's really tough. And everyone has such a personal experience. You don't know what someone else is going through. You might have gone through the same thing. Doesn't mean the other person did. It's such a personal thing. And I think it's honest to say, you know what? The uncertainty is real. And you get at least that, instead of everything will be fine, or here's your answer, the answer is God, or the answer is the devil, or the answer. I honestly don't think that should be the response to something that is so absurdly infinite. Like, it's a black hole of we just don't know.
But and it gives us just enough to make us happy with that. It's weird. I'm telling you, it's a good.
Yeah.
And also, like, that exorcism scene, right? It's so. There's a little bit of yelling in there, but it's pretty relaxed. And you're kind of thinking to yourself, this guy doesn't seem too flummoxed by it. So if you and I were like beginner priests and they're like, hey, Zani and Mark, go exorcise these demons. Like, you and I would be pretty. We'd be freaking out, right? We'd be.
Yeah, I'm like, I think we'd be freaking each other out. Yeah. Mark, you do it. No, Svenny, you do it.
Because at that moment, our lives.
I'm not holding the cross. I'm not.
At that moment, our lives are different, right? Because it goes from just practice to, like, maybe a metaphor, or not like this might happen, or we're just, like, there's been rumors. But then we realize it's real. And this guy walks in there kind of, yeah, there you are. All right, let's do this. Yeah. And then he goes and has lunch. It's like a world where this happens a decent amount because he's so relaxed about it. It's
it
not
makes
being
sense.
it's not like Precious underacting, I think. It's just, I just love the idea of how he just goes in there and gets it done. And it makes, I don't know, it's like, it adds more to the world, too. That there's not 847 wind machines blowing on him. Like, this is a pretty chill thing. Like,
exactly. This is a thing that happens if you are the headmaster of a girl convent.
Another one. Oh, man.
This is just a Tuesday for him. Mark.
Yeah.
Like,
which one is it? Is he back? Is she back?
How is a teenage girl?
Yeah, that's funny. Just, I'll be right back. Like, he has to put down his sandwich. He comes back. Like, in the other room, you hear
sandwich.
Like, you hear lightning and stuff. Oh, tuna, for sure. You hear just lightning in the background and people flying, and you hear like a goat, and then he comes out, like, goes back to his tuna sandwich. And like,
I love it.
Yeah, that's an amazing visual. Wow. No, but I don't know. I love that aspect of it, and I don't know. And then with the whole James Remar and Linda, when Linda starts telling him that story, she's just exhausted by Bill doing this, and she
can't swear. She can't. She's so over it.
Mm-hmm. And he's just his voice in this one, the way he talks, kind of faux nice. That's not the way he speaks. It just doesn't seem. It feels put on, I guess, and she kind of reads it. I think Kat or Joan. She kind of, I don't know. It's interesting when she says that. Like, where is your what? It's just, I don't know. It's all around good. I keep saying it's good.
I think
it's
that's
great,
also why she smirks, you know? Like, I think that's why she smirks, because she's like, this guy is so oblivious. He doesn't even, like, realize at all. He's just so, like, this is what he believes. Like, he's a man of the faith. He believes in good stuff, doing good, but he doesn't even see. Like, he's blinded by it, you know? And I think that's literally why she smirks. I think that's, like, the joke there, like you said, that they let us in on, because the guy, and then, his wife is such an opposite. Like, I love where she talks to Joan in the car and says, yeah, did he tell you? And, like, where how fed up she is with him. And she ends it where she tells Joan, because, he says, she reminds him of, and then Linda's like, you don't look at her at all. In fact, I can't see you at all.
Yeah.
That was also an interesting line.
And she nails the coldness of it, too. I don't even see you. Like, what is that? Imagine you're in the back of a car and someone says that to you.
Like, that's the one line that I can't, what do you think she means by that?
Ooh.
That's the one line I'm not sure about.
So he seems to do this a lot. So he seems to see this. She doesn't. So I don't even see you.
Well, maybe it's a thing where, like, Bill, the dad, sees his dead daughter in, like, every girl about her age, even though they look nothing like her, and Linda doesn't even see her at all, because maybe that's not where she's looking, I guess. I guess you can explain it like that.
Oh. Yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, nailed it. You're welcome.
Sometimes it helps, like, talking out loud, you know?
Yeah, what was she talking about? Like, I had a daughter, she had her hair in a ponytail, low shelf or something, money held tightly. Was that weird?
Yeah, she saw a kid in the store once.
She wearing camo?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. But listen, there's like, also, I don't know if you picked up on this with the research with Oz's parents and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Anthony Perkins. Oh, that's also so cool, right? I mean, Anthony was Norman Bates, and it's 2020, so by now we can say the original Norman Bates. And his grandfather was in the original Scarface movie in 1932. He played Johnny Lover. I think that's so cool. That's so legendary. Yeah, their family is amazing. I mean, his mom's the granddaughter of Elsa Schiaparelli. It's like, that's so cool. Anyway, but I mean, it's so sad because, like, his dad died from AIDS complications, pneumonia, and then almost 9 years later, a day before the 9th anniversary of his dad's death, his mom died in the 9/11 attacks on board one of the flights that flew into the tower. And that's exactly the timeline in Blackcoat's Daughter, the day before the 9th anniversary. So that's a little sad, beautiful, sad tidbit for anyone.
And I found a quote here. So in this case, I felt that in a way I would get closer to myself by abstracting what I was doing. I would be more honest almost if I was doing it through a code. So he's talking about his loneliness and like losing his parents. So he's like, I felt like using a genre element would keep me more connected to the story in a strange way, and having characters of the other gender was another way of getting at it abstractly. Maybe that's counterintuitive, but it works for me because I knew what I was doing. It wasn't directly on the screen, but my intention was pure behind it all. He was working through some stuff with this movie.
No, he was. Like, every interview I read about him talking about this movie and them asking, so where did you come up with this idea? He was like, this was personal me working through my grief, losing my parents. That's, again, why I say, like, I feel, people should just be careful what they say because it can be so disrespectful. It's literally someone, like, dealing with their shit, It might not be the way you would, but this is, like, someone's journey. And I mean, I think it was beautifully done. Like, I could relate with it a lot. It was really cool. And I love how, like I said, I love how he just talks about horror as well. He's a very interesting writer, director. I'm looking forward to his future stuff as well.
Have you watched I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House?
I did, actually. I watched it yesterday.
I like it.
Yeah, I love the cinematography. Really, like, beautiful cinematography.
Yeah, I think Ruth Wilson gives a good performance. Like, Lucy Boynton's back, so that's good. Yes. He definitely. And then he did the Gretel and Hansel movie.
Hansel. Yeah. What did you think of that? I liked it.
Yeah, I dug it. Like, a lot of triangles, but no. Yeah. I don't know. What's the word? He uses this kind of abstract, but it always feels straightforward to me. It's weird. It's like abstract straightforwardness. I appreciate that. I think sometimes when directors make things way too abstract, I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't. I just think. So I think he's really found his kind of niche, and I think he said he wants to do other movies. He doesn't want to just specifically do horror.
I know, and I'm like, why? You should.
Yeah.
No, Oz. We want you to do more horror. You're so good at it. And you're right with the abstract stuff. You can really see when it's more ideas than them actually knowing what they want to say or what they want to do. Oz's work doesn't feel like that. Like, it comes from a very rooted place. Like, it feels very solid.
Yeah, and it's kind of wild, right? This was his first movie that he directed.
Yeah.
And he got these performances from, I mean, he was definitely, I think he was I don't think. He was an actor beforehand. He was in Legally Blonde, another teen movie, like Psycho 2. Mm-hmm. So I think he maybe understood actors a little bit more. But he kind of talked about how, like, he said Emma Roberts is super intelligent, very sophisticated, and she's like, she understood everything from the beginning. And she's like, he surprised me with her retention and intention. And he said Shipka, he's like, she had this incredible capacity for darkness and an unbelievable capacity for sadness, which I agree wholeheartedly on both accounts.
She's amazing. I love her. I love Shipka.
She was so good. And he said that she was able to see everything clearly that I was describing. And he's like, I didn't have to tell her to do anything. I just told her what was happening with Kat, what she was seeing, and then she could pull that off. I mean, in this movie, the stuff she does with her eyes, and it, like, once again, it never feels like acting. It never feels precious or like precocious or someone struggling to. The director told me to look at this wall for 30 seconds, so I'm going to do it. It always feels there's a lot there, and it just shows the kind of trust I think that they had in him, and he had in them. I mean, for a first-time director, like, he had written and stuff, but these are good performances for a first time.
I mean, Emma surprised me. Like, this is the best I've seen her, really. Like, I mean, she's good. I can't really say I'm a big fan of, like, most of the stuff that she's done, but I mean, she's a good actress, but she was really good in this. This was like a level I've never seen her. It was really very good.
Oh gosh. And then I keep talking about how much I love this movie, but no, I don't know. And then also, I guess just one more time, like, so I was talking to Megan, my wife, about this film, and she just won the horror tournament that we ran last month on MFF Facebook.
Yeah, she did.
And And this movie was on her team. And I was really surprised to see how many people loved it. Like, there were people calling it a modern classic. Yeah. And she won, like, I don't know, people were really into it. And I kind of asked her, because Megan's not really a fan of horror. Like, she loves Dr. Sleep and The Descent, Ready or Not, stuff like that. And I was kind of like, why do you like The Blackcoat's Daughter a lot? And she kind of said, like, I don't think it's horror. I think they lumped it in it because of that, but there's so much more to it. I mean, just the atmosphere, the acting, the shots, the little touches. And so it's not cheap. It's not cheap in kills. It's not cheap in like, plot and making everything too abstract. But yeah, I mean, we really took to this movie watching it, but it's pretty bloody and it's pretty, it goes to some dark places.
The stabbing scenes are very, like, real and visceral. Yeah, the stabbing, it's some good stabbing. Some horror A+ stabbing.
A+ stabbing.
This one.
It's just, I don't know, but it was interesting kind of hearing her say that as a fan of not horror. I think this can speak to people as well, because like you said, he used it as a Trojan horse to get in themes of loneliness. And
exactly. I mean, he said, like, at the end of the day, it's a sad story about a girl who lost her parents. And, like, he felt like he could write it like that, but, like, why? He could explore it so much more in the horror genre. And I agree. I think if he did it differently, I don't know if it would have had all the power that it did, because this was very powerful. And like using religious horror and like possession horror, those kind of like themes or styles within the horror genre, I thought it like just worked so well. And there's actually another thing that I also wanted to say about when you were talking about how he like works with the actors and the film them. What's like, if you look at his other stuff too, The Pretty Things That Live in the House, Gretel and Hansel, it's never like the actors aren't in the spotlight. You know, it's not the actors and then everything around them background. They almost melt away into the setting. And I love that. I love the way he films like that. I think it's beautiful. Like, the actors are really moving in their space and he's allowing them, and it's just working so subtly and so beautifully. I mean, Pretty Things, like some of those shots are paintings, you know? Mm-hmm. Sorry, I am the pretty thing. Sorry, I'm talking too fast. No, but
I like what you said, though.
That. Like, I love it that it's not, like the spotlights on the actors, and it's one whole shot. I just think it's so beautifully done. And that's why he's so good with atmospheric, like, tension, and he keeps you there. Like, I don't know, I read someone said this movie bored them. What?
No.
I don't think they're such a big movie fan then, because I think if you're not really such a big movie fan, then maybe it could, I guess. Because, wow, this really takes you.
I was pretty thrilled with the cinematography. There's certain times where the characters are really seated low in the room. There's a lot of headroom above them. And then other times it knows when it gets close. It knows when to show the long hallway. And I really like the location they had. In Ottawa is a college that only had about 20, outside of Ottawa, with only about 20 students. So they had free reign of the place for super cheap.
Yeah.
Which I kind of love. But I think they used their locations well. I love the hallway shots. I don't know. Yeah. But you know what's interesting too is I noticed like all the girls in this school, they seem very, like whenever Rose walks through to get her photo, everyone's very motionless. And I kind of noticed that in a lot of the shots. How did you read into that?
I just think I didn't really read anything into it. I just thought that's pretty much where he wanted our attention to be, because like, I think it was only one of Rose's friends that was featured, and that was it. It was really just about these two girls that ended up alone.
That's a great point, because you know how some extras definitely fight for the screen, or they... You know what's crazy? is I've had to deal with hundreds of extras. They're maniacs. Like, I've just...
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. But
yeah. Oh, they're so eager. It's so sweet, but also much.
Don't push each other down to get in front of the camera. That happened one time.
Honestly, don't do that.
People were steamrolling each other to get in front of the camera. But I guess the extras I did notice were the two that were kind of mean mugging Rose when she came into the auditorium. And those were The only two I noticed, really noticed, were the two that kind of got that extra screen time by being a crafty extra, I would say, and diverting your eye. But no, that's good. I mean, that scene when she walks into her photo, it's Rose. You want to just focus on her. So having an extra move in the background would definitely pull your attention in the wrong place. Dang it.
And I think that was a bit stylized as well, like that shot, like with the music and stuff. Here comes the girl, gonna smile for the photo.
I might buy the soundtrack on Mondo. They did a fancy special edition of it, vinyl. So I have a lot of I just got the Crawl. My wife got me the Crawl soundtrack. So on vinyl,
cool.
Yeah. So I have like cool John Carpenter and Edge of Tomorrow, and I love pretentious vinyl. I would love to have this soundtrack. It'd be good to write to, I think, and probably creep myself out.
The scoring is great, and it's Elvis, his brother, did the scoring, and it was amazing. I mean, even like it's like I read someone also that said, and that's exactly how I felt. Like, it's a lot of silence in the movie, but it's also not really silence. There's like these deep sounds. It's just enough to unsettle you. I thought it was very, very cool. And also, we haven't talked about it, just a little fun tidbit. It's like Bramford, where the town is, where the convent is at. That's also the apartment building in Rosemary's Baby, another possession movie, which is pretty cool.
Gosh, I didn't even get that. That's amazing.
Oh, really? Yeah, I thought also that was pretty cool. Like, I don't know if he did that deliberately, but I'm guessing he did, because Rosemary's Baby, possession movie, Bramford. Yeah.
When you make your first horror movie, I want you to add in the most obvious things on the planet. And then people go like, "Oh, I really like that reference." You're like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, that was in The Exorcist." What is that?
What?
Wait. I loved how you called the restaurant Amity Island. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Jaws. Wait, what? I have about 40 of them in there and just be like, "Oh, gosh, I don't get it. What's everyone laughing?"
I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
all right, so I guess one more thing I want to talk about, the song that she sings with the piano. Like, what is it? The lamb and the lion, the tree is sown. She wore her hair around her neck, where the lower things crept. Before I was born, her husband kept sea of white roses and then something about into the black night. Like, it's a very haunting song for a freshman to be singing. But
it's a very eerie song. I mean, I guess it's like it's very folklore-ish, because it is. Folklore songs are creepy like that. But yeah, if you listen to the lyrics, it's like, wait, what's that now? Like, it's a bit dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, some good foreshadowing there, I guess.
Where the lower things crept. Like, that's pretty, I don't know. Oh yeah, Elvis Perkins wrote that in the Garden lyrics. Oh.
Yes, Elvis said, yeah. And I think it's so because, by that time, she knew her parents were dead. Nobody else did, or like wanted to give it the time of day or whatever. And she had to go do this piano recital. The headmaster, who she wanted to be there at least to hear her, wasn't. So she's singing this song, and I think it's also like, maybe a bit of a summoning the devil,
Oh.
with that song.
Because like the overgrown weeds and flowers swallowed them both, where they moved with their marker. To them now they're ghosts in the black night.
Come, Satan.
Yeah, come to me. No, but thank you so much for joining me. And this is just I don't care. This is a very good movie, and I think that some people were very reductive towards it, and I don't think it should. It's too good to have such kind of thoughtless reviews, I think. And so I'm glad that we talked about it, and hopefully people enjoy this as well.
Yeah, hopefully. And also shout out to people who actually do see the value in it. I've seen especially this year, some people have started seeing this movie and giving it the recognition it should. I've seen it go onto lists, top 10 of the best horror movies of the last 10 years. So that's pretty cool to see, because I think this is definitely an underrated movie. And also, the way it came out, because you did this one first, and then with the release dates and stuff, things were weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then The Pretty Thing was released before Blackcoat. So, maybe that also had something to do with it. I don't know. But, sometimes it takes people a while to see something like for what it is and like, or get it or whatever. I don't know. I mean, like you Americans with your election and stuff. Well done, you guys. Took you
Now watch
4 to 6
Blackcoat's
years.
Daughter.
Now watch Blackcoat's Daughter.
Do that.
Yeah, I know. It's a brilliant movie. I don't think it'll ever get old. Quite the opposite. I think it's just, it's going to remain one of the top ones because it's just brilliant. And I'm looking forward to see what Oz does. He's a very interesting guy. I think he did really well. Thanks for having me, Mark. This was fun.
Yeah, and I gotta say, so I was just thinking about it. It's like the horror films I've been thinking the most about are like The Blackcoat's Daughter, Climax, which isn't exactly a horror film, but that's what people label it as. So I'm just gonna lump it in there.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's insane. I have to. Oh my gosh, it's bonkers. And then House that Jack Built was definitely really interesting for me. But then I don't know, I like Crawl, so I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say Blackcoat's Daughter, Climax, and Crawl. Those are the movies I've been thinking about a lot. It's so good.
No, Blackcoat for me as well. Blackcoat definitely for me. And one that I saw that came out this year quite recently, but I also can't stop thinking of that movie. It's The Rental. That was really good for me. Yeah. And I can't stop thinking about how Franco did that. That was actually, I don't know, there's something about that movie, not the whole like Airbnb murder thing, but just the way he did it with like, these relationships. It almost felt a bit like The Invitation, the first part of the movie. And then the second part felt like Halloween, like Jason territory, like, that slasher. Mm-hmm. I just loved how, that's because I must say I'm a sucker for a movie that feels like 2 parts. I told you this when we did the Candyman episode as well. Like it felt like this 2-part movie where the first half feels like a different genre almost or subgenre, and then the second one switches it to something completely different. Yeah, I'd say Blackcoats and The Rental. And Train to Busan. I mean, I'm always thinking about that movie. That was so good.
Which one?
Train to Busan.
Oh yeah, that one's so good. Yeah. I want to fist fight zombies in a train.
That's a very eeny space.
That dude, I forget his name, but he is such a badass in that movie, steamrolling people. Oh, and also going down on an escalator and having zombies run up at you. Oh, it's like the worst thing on the planet. Just death. Yeah. Death. Immediate death. But no, anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
No. You can just follow me on Twitter. Right, Zanandi on Twitter.
I'll include that in the
at the bottom.
There it is, at the breakdown of the bottom of the thing. Actually, I'll just say Mark and Zanandi, and I'll put the Twitter thing in there so people can find it. But thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Zanandi, both. Just a second. I don't. All right. Here we go. All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Zanandi. Sorry.
I'll say it.
No,
I'll say my own name.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, you can. That's fine. All right. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer.
And from me, Zanandi Buertes.
This is Movies, Films, and Flicks. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Crap. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.